Hey there, welcome back to the channel. So, you're thinking about starting an LLC in Texas? Well, you've made an excellent choice. I'm going to walk you through this entire process step by step, and by the end, you'll know exactly how to get your Texas LLC up and running without any headaches. Before we dive into the specifics, let's talk about why an LLC might be the right choice for your business. You see, an LLC or limited liability company offers some pretty significant advantages. First and foremost, there's the personal liability protection. This basically means that if your business ever faces legal troubles or debts, your personal assets like your home, car, and savings are typically protected. Think of it as creating a legal wall between you and your business. Then there's the tax flexibility. Unlike corporations, LLCs aren't taxed as separate entities by default. Instead, the profits and losses pass through to your personal tax return. But here's the thing. You can actually choose how you want your LLC to be taxed, which gives you some really nice options depending on your situation. And honestly, LLCs are relatively simple to maintain compared to corporations. There's less paperwork, fewer formalities, and generally lower costs involved. For most small business owners, this simplicity is a huge selling point. Now, you might be wondering, why Texas specifically? Well, there's actually several compelling reasons to form your LLC in the Lone Star State. First off, Texas has no state income tax. That's right, 0%. This means more money stays in your business, which is always a good thing, especially when you're just starting out. The filing fees in Texas are also quite reasonable compared to many other states. You'll pay $255 to file your certificate of formation, which is the main document needed to create your LLC. And while that's not the cheapest in the country, it's definitely far from the most expensive. Texas also has very business-friendly climate overall. The state government actively works to reduce regulations and make it easier for businesses to thrive. And honestly, this pro-business attitude is one of the many reasons why so many companies are relocating to Texas these days. Another big advantage is Texas's robust economy. It's actually one of the largest economies in the world if it were its own country. This means more opportunities, more potential customers, and a better environment for your business to grow. Now, if you're looking for the easiest way to form your LLC in Texas, I highly recommend using Northwest Registered Agent. They'll handle all the paperwork and filings for you, saving you time and potential headaches. And the best part? You can find a discount link for their services in the description and pinned comment below this video. So, now that we understand why Texas is such a great place for your LLC, let's move on to the actual formation process and what you'll need to get started. Now, let's talk about choosing a name for your Texas LLC. This is actually one of the most important decisions you'll make because it's not just about picking something catchy. Your LLC name needs to follow specific Texas requirements to avoid rejection. First off, your business name must include the words Limited Liability Company or an abbreviation like LLC or L.L.C. And the thing is, you can't use words that might confuse people about what your business does. So terms like bank, insurance, or college are typically restricted unless you have the proper licensing. And here's something crucial. Your name needs to be unique and distinguishable from other businesses already registered in Texas. You can't just add the or change the and to the and sign and call it a different name. The Secretary of State actually looks at the whole name to determine if it's truly different. So, how do you check if your name is available? Well, you can search the Texas Secretary of State's SOS Direct database. There's a small fee of about $5 for each name search, but honestly, it's worth it to avoid the headache of having your filing rejected later on. Now, once you've settled on a name, you'll need to appoint a registered agent. This is someone who accepts legal documents on behalf of your LLC. In Texas, your registered agent must have a physical street address in the state, not just a P.O. box, and be available during normal business hours. You actually have 3 options here. You can be your own registered agent if you live in Texas, or you can appoint a friend or family member, but honestly, the easiest option is using a professional registered agent service. And speaking of professional services, I recommend Northwest Registered Agent for this. They provide excellent registered agent services, and you can find a discount link for them in the description and pinned comment below. The thing is, using a professional service gives you privacy because otherwise your home address becomes public record if you act as your own agent. So you've got your name and registered agent sorted. Now, what's the easiest way to actually form your LLC? Well, there are basically 2 approaches. The first is the DIY method, where you complete and file the certificate of formation yourself through the Texas Secretary of State's website. This costs $295 in filing fees, and while it saves on service fees, it can be time-consuming and a bit confusing if you're not familiar with legal terminology. On the other hand, using an LLC formation service like Northwest Registered Agent makes the whole process much simpler. They'll handle all the paperwork, ensure everything is filed correctly, and even include registered agent services. You can find a discount link for Northwest Registered Agent in the description and pinned comment below. With a service like Northwest, you can just fill out a simple form on their website and they take care of the rest. Actually, they'll even help you create an operating agreement, which isn't required in Texas but is highly recommended to outline how your LLC will operate. Now, let's file your articles of organization with the Texas Secretary of State. You'll need to complete Form 205, which includes your LLC name, registered agent information, and management structure. The filing fee is $75, and you can submit it online through SOS Direct for faster processing. Usually just 2 to 3 business days instead of the 5 to 7 days for mail submissions. Well, Texas doesn't actually require an operating agreement, but trust me, you definitely want one. This document outlines how your business will operate, covering things like ownership percentages, voting rights, and what happens if a member leaves. Think of it as a prenup for your business. You hope you never need it, but you'll be glad you have it if the issue arises. You can find templates online, but I recommend using Tailor Brands to create a customized agreement tailored to your specific needs. And hey, there's a discount link in the description and pinned comment below. Next up, you'll need an employer identification number, or EIN. This is basically a social security number for your business. The good news, it's completely free through the IRS website. You'll use this 9-digit number for tax filings, opening a business bank account, and hiring employees. The application takes about 15 minutes, and you'll receive your EIN immediately after completing it. I mean, it's probably the easiest part of this whole process. So, depending on your industry, you might need specific licenses or permits to operate legally in Texas. For example, if you're selling food, you'll need health department permits. If you're in construction, you might need contractor licenses. The thing is, these requirements vary widely, so it's worth checking with both state and local authorities. You can start with the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulations website to see what applies to your business. Now let's talk about some pitfalls I've seen new LLC owners stumble into. First, mixing personal and business finances. This can actually pierce your liability protection, which, defeats the whole purpose of having an LLC. Open a separate business bank account as soon as you get your EIN. Another common mistake is forgetting about ongoing compliance. In Texas, you'll need to file an annual franchise tax report, even if you don't owe any taxes. Missing this can result in penalties or even the involuntary termination of your LLC. Well, there you have it. You're now ready to launch your Texas LLC. Remember, forming your LLC is just the beginning. After setting up, focus on building your brand, marketing your services, and growing your customer base. If this all seems overwhelming, you can always use a formation service like Northwest Registered Agent to handle everything for you. They'll make sure all your paperwork is filed correctly and on time, and actually, I've arranged a special discount just for my viewers. So just check the link in the description and pinned comment below. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more business tips. Thanks for watching and best of luck with your new Texas LLC.